Hi, you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation. Woo!
Uh-oh, let's see what you got, fast hands.
Donald Trump 2024.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So Ryan Garcia, as you guys can see, is a very loyal supporter of Donald Trump. In fact, when he went on his Twitter space and did that long 2-hour racial rant, he titled that live Trump 2024, as if he was saying being anti-black and anti-Muslim is synonymous with being a Trump supporter. But for obvious reasons, Ryan Garcia, he left out being anti-Mexican because Donald Trump is that as well.
Amy, then there is the story of a 20-year-old Army private, daughter of Mexican immigrants, killed at Fort Hood in 2020. Trump said publicly he would help pay for her funeral. And then later that year, he asked about the cost. The Atlantic reports that according to attendees and to contemporaneous notes of the meeting taken by a participant, an aide answered, yes, we received a bill. The funeral cost $60,000. Trump became angry. It doesn't cost $60,000 to bury an effing Mexican. He turned to his chief of staff, Mark Meadows, and issued an order. Don't pay it. Later that day, he was still agitated. Can you believe it, he said, according to a witness. Effing people trying to rip me off.
In the Atlantic article by Jeffrey Goldberg, there is a uniquely Trumpian statement of hatred for Mexicans, spoken by Donald Trump. But this time, he was privately speaking about a Mexican-American soldier who was murdered at an Army base in the United States. When the soldier's family visited the White House, Donald Trump said this.
And if I can help you out with the funeral, I'll help you out. I'll help you out financially. I'll help you.
Of course, when the bill arrived at the White House several weeks later, according to Jeffrey Goldberg's reporting, Donald Trump did what he always does when he sees a bill. He complained bitterly. Jeffrey Goldberg reports, according to two people present at the meeting, Trump asked, did they bill us for the funeral? What did it cost? According to attendees and to contemporaneous notes of the meeting taken by a participant, an aide answered, yes, we received a bill. The funeral cost $60,000. Trump became angry. It doesn't cost $60,000 to bury an effing Mexican. He turned to his chief of staff, Mark Meadows, and issued an order. Don't pay it. Later that day, he was still agitated. Can you believe it? He said, according to a witness, effing people trying to rip me off. That news of Donald Trump complaining about the cost, quote, to bury a effing Mexican came on the same day today that Donald Trump met in Florida with a group of Latino supporters.
So Donald Trump was basically saying, now I could see if the soldier was white, but it don't cost no damn $60,000 to bury an effing Mexican. Ryan Garcia, he wants to be white so bad. In fact, he even called himself a white boy, as if being Mexican is so terrible. But the truth is, no matter how much Ryan Garcia tries to gain Donald Trump's acceptance, no matter how much Ryan Garcia says he wants to join the KKK and bring George Floyd back to life and kill him again, Donald Trump will always look at you as nothing but an effing Mexican that ain't even worth burying, even if you serve for this country. Donald Trump's own chief of staff said that he often praised Hitler. And his own daughter said that he had Hitler's speeches that he would keep right next to his bed. Trump, he told his chief of staff, I need the kind of generals that Hitler had. And you know why he wants those kind of generals? Because he wants those generals to carry out his plan of mass deportation, which would include Haitians, but the majority of people will be Mexicans. And this is who Ryan Garcia is supporting. Donald Trump, he said he wants to go all the way back to 1798 and invoke the Aliens Enemies Act. The Aliens Enemy Act, it gives the government the authority to arrest, detain, or deport citizens or non-citizens alike, which means if Donald Trump gets the type of generals that Hitler had, those generals are going to go out and do the same things that Hitler's generals did. But instead of going after Jews, they're going to be going after Mexicans, other Latinos, Haitians, and anyone who disagrees with Donald Trump, which would basically eliminate the First Amendment. And Trump is not going to just go after illegal immigrants. He's going to go after the legal ones as well, the citizens. As you guys heard what he said about the soldier, the Mexican-American soldier. He doesn't distinguish between a Mexican-American or a Mexican immigrant who doesn't have papers. He sees them all as, quote, effing Mexicans. Make no mistake about it, Donald Trump is a complete Nazi. In fact, his father was arrested at a KKK rally. Now, believe it or not, when it comes to some black people or other people of color, Latinos in particular, it's really not that surprising that they're supporting a Nazi that doesn't respect them at all and looks down on them. Because years before Hitler tried to exterminate the entire race of Jews, they actually had Nazi Jewish organizations that were in full support of Hitler, even voted for Hitler. One of these groups was called the Association of German National Jews, many of whom believed that Nazi anti-Semitism was only a rhetorical tool used to stir up the masses. So basically, these German Jewish Nazis, they refused to believe or accept the fact that Hitler was racist towards Jews. But not just racist, he despised them. So he basically invoked the 1798 Aliens Enemies Act and rounded up all the Jews. So in 1935, that whole Jewish German organization was completely outlawed, despite them being so loyal to Hitler. The founder and the leader of that organization was imprisoned by the Gestapo, and most of the other members and their families were murdered in the Holocaust. So those German Jews, they found out in the worst way, no matter how much support they showed, no matter how much they supported Hitler, no matter how loyal they were to the Nazis, that didn't change the way Hitler felt about them. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one.
Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com.
All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes,
Fever blisters, diabetic ulcers.
this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called Elo Deki Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to elodeki.com.
Like them on Facebook and follow them on Instagram.